Hello everyone, my name is Monk and I am the coach of the Classic City Crush. I just wanted to make this video to go over my draft analysis because I have my first game coming up. I wanted to talk through some things, show you guys why I made the picks I did, and kind of brainstorm my own ideas because this is how I come up with stuff, as I talk a lot. It's kind of annoying, but we'll see how it goes. So with the first pick, with my round one pick, which unfortunately was really late in the draft, I think I was 14th out of 16th, which it's good on the wheel, not good in the first round when all the high threats are. I mean, when you have mons like Mew, Aegislash, Galarian Divanatan in the format, Excadrill, Gyarados, kind of hard. It's like sucks. But my number one, which is personally one of my favorites, which I used a little bit in Sword and Shield, but not Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, not really competitively, but for fun, is Tyranitar. I love this dude. Massive stats, pseudo legendary, 600 base stats is pretty nuts. Great defenses with the boost to sand and rain. I mean, special defense and sand. Sand stream is a powerful move. You can run a whole bunch of different stuff. You can run Assault Vest. You can run a Tough Rocker. There is no Dynamaxing, so the weakness policy strat kind of isn't as good. I can do like a D-Dance set, which would be very good because I have really good speed on my team, as you'll see later on. So just D-Dancing with 134 base attack is kind of insane. 61's not great speed, but I mean 100 base attack, 100 base defense, 100 base HP, 110 defense, 100 special defense, boosted in sand is nuts. So he's going to be a really good mon for me. And so what is weak to fighting? I spoiled it. Fighting. He's going to be struggle with the fighting types. So my second Pokemon was something that I've been struggling a lot with in the doubles ladder is Hatterene. Hatterene is nuts. It's nuts in doubles because you can get really, really free trick rooms if you don't have it planned right. But this is singles, so we're going to stop going there. I really like Hatterene's typing. I think Psychic Fairy is a stupid good typing because it resists a ton of stuff. It eliminates two of Psychic's weaknesses, neutralizes them because Bug and Dark are no longer weak to it. So that's a very powerful. And Magic Bounce. I basically call this hazard control because there's very limited hazard users in this meta. So it's like if I know the one they're going to do, and a lot of hazard users may not have the bulk, except for like an Excadrill who could probably OHKO me. Which, spoiler alert, I'm playing in round one or week one, so that's a toughie. But I mean, Magic Bounce, great coverage moves, Giga Drain, it gets Mystical Fire, which is pretty nuts for a fire type move. Calm Mind, it even gets Dark Pulse if you try to do a ghost type on it. So that's very good. I could see this thing being like a Life Orb attacker, just can crunch things or slap lefties on it and make it indefensible or impenetrable because you're not going to get a clean hit off of it. But Berry, if I'm really worried about an Excadrill, which so I think it's a strong core too because they kind of cover each other weaknesses. Ghost gets covered by Tyranitar, Fighting gets covered by Hatterene, and Hatterene gets great coverage, so you can't switch water into it. You can't switch a Steel. Well, Steel, I don't want you in anyway, Steel. But again, Steel. I mentioned that quite a few times. So I struggle with Steel types because of Tyranitar and Hatterene. What's a good choice? The big puppy, Arcanine. So I really like Arcanine, obviously because I picked it. A lot of bulk. I think at this point I realize this core is kind of going to be the main offensive core, which is big and bulky, because you're going to need a lot of power to get through it. Arcanine, maybe not as much because of all its recoil moves, Wild Charge, Flare Blitz, but it does get like E-Speed and Play Rough, which are great moves. Gets Close Combat, which is pretty good. Intimidate, great ability. Not as much anymore because of, well, it's still a great ability. Let's be real. With a lot of physical attackers doing a lot of damage, Intimidate's going to be great. So after that, I started going for a bit more team specific goals. I figured this would be my core. Try to bring it often, just because it's so powerful and it's got great synergy with each other. Unfortunately, Tyranitar Sandstream hits it, which kind of sucks. But in the same breath, it hits the opponent unless they've planned for it. Which again, we'll learn. We'll see how this goes. So my next pick was, I realized I needed someone fast, someone to get in and get out with some hazards, with some very good with some very good attacks, great attack stat. We went with, that's not a move. This isn't a move. We went with a Selgor. A couple reasons. He gets two types of hazards, spikes and T-spikes. So I got a rocker, I got a Pokemon that can rock, a Pokemon that can spike. Very solid. He can focus sash for guaranteed hazards. I can spec and run like Bug Buzz. It can Focus Blast, Giga Drain. It has great moves. Water Shuriken, which I don't think is that good on this kind of guy, but it's got some good utility. Spikes, obviously tight. Spikes, T-spikes, straight up toxic. U-turn. Very solid pivot. Not a pivot, but a get in, get out, a switch. We'll see. Depending on the matchup. He's more of a... I realized I should probably get another hazard just in case someone else didn't get it. And I figured Bug would be pretty fun. I like Bug as an offensive typing. And I figured with something like this, if I just slap spec on it, it could just run through stuff with 100 base attack, 100 base special attack. Make it modest. Already disgusting speed. I have some good speed on this team with a 95 Arcanine, 145 a Selgor. And guess what? We're getting faster. Noivern. Now, you see Noivern, and you kind of think, hey, this guy's going to demolish walls. And guess what? You're right. 97 base special attack. Stupid strong moves like Hurricane. Unfortunately, I don't have guaranteed rain to set it up. 100%. But this thing has access to some really fun stall break moves. Like Taunt. It gets Taunt. It gets Defog. Some of the other stuff I can get. I can go full special on this thing. Go Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse, Hurricane, U-turn to get out of there. I can go with Super Fang. That's more dependent. It gets Wild Charge, which isn't that good. But this thing can get some... This thing is very powerful. And I like this thing because it's flexible. I can use it a couple different ways. I can use T-Tar a couple different ways. I can go Arcanine a couple different ways. I can go Noivern a couple different ways. I figured from all the draft leagues I've watched in the past, unpredictability is key. Where if you condition your opponent to do something, like they see a T-Tar. They know what it's going to be. A big stealthy rocker. What if it has a band and it just chunks? They see Noivern and they think Wall Breaker. Okay, so they get in their Toxapex, or they get in their wall. Taunt, can't do anything. Taunt, you turn out to my Stallbreaker, who is one of my favorite Pokemon of the new Mons, and I completely overlooked him when he was announced because of his typing. I thought I hated the typing, but then I got to using it. This guy is going to be fun to use. I like him. Come on down. Obstagoon. Now, Dark Normal is horrendous defensive typing. Absolutely atrocious. ×4 from fighting. Fairy. Fairy's a great offensive type. Dark's a bad defensive type because of that. Now, unfortunately, that gives me 2 Dark. So, that means so if we just go with these 6, that means fighting is going to be a problem because of Tyranitar, Obstagoon. But I have 3 fighting resists. Obstagoon is great for a couple reasons. It gets Guts. So Guts, Flame Orb. It also gets Obstruct, which is a new Protect move that's exclusive to Obstagoon, which harshly lowers opponent's defense, which... very good, if you can predict it. If you can predict like a U-turn, because you are a Dark type, so it's weak to U-turn, so you can like lure in an offensive sweeper, like a Cinderace or your own, and then turn around and smack it with a 95 base speed. This thing's stats aren't bad. They're above mediocre. They're well distributed. 101 base defense is not bad. 93 base HP, 95 speed. this thing can scoot, and with guts boosted, so you get guts, which is 1.5, and it gets stab facade, which I don't think. Do we have any normal guts mons? Let me go back. Tyranitar, we love you, but we'll see you in a second. Are there any normal guts users? No. Ursaring. So it'd be an So if we compare this thing to Ursaring, much higher speed, 45 more speed, more defense, so it can live a hit. It gets obstruct, which is a great defensive move. Basically a good protect. I've also run this with a substitute in the past. I mainly ran it with a substitute when I was playing with Dynamax was legal, because Dynamax, you just take the 25 damage, it doesn't go through protect. So I kind of like that move. Let's go back to the guts filter. So a guts facade. I think it's Eradicate. No one cares. No one cares. Swellow. Okay, but none of these mons had like the stats to back it up, and these are good stats. Also gets stab knockoff, and it gets taunt. So again, I kind of have some stall break, and I don't like getting stalled on. It tilts me. So I'm making sure that's not happening. Next is, this was when we were getting to the weird part of the draft where I didn't really know what I was doing. I had covered my initial plan where it's like, okay, get your main core, which was Tyranitar, Arcanine, Hatterene, get some support, a Selgor, Noivern, get a Stallbreaker, Obstagoon. Okay, now we're kind of getting into the headspace where I want to find unique stuff and stuff I can change on the fly. That's why I went with Gallade. Because Gallade has an insane move pool. It gets Earthquake. It gets Earthquake. It gets the Elemental Punches, I believe. Yeah, Thunder Punch. I don't know if it gets Ice Punch. It should. Yeah, Ice Punch. It gets Leaf Blade for annoying ground and grass types. It gets Night Slash, Poison Jab for fairies that may want to switch in on it. It can poison, 30% chance, high chance to poison. So if you get someone to switch in, they may not like the poison. It gets Drain Punch. It has great special defense. So you can run a bulky set. It lives most special attacks. So if you want to run a bulky set, slap on like a resist barrier or a lefties. Just keep draining your punch. So it gets Swords Dance. Yeah, it gets Swords Dance. So if you predict, also gets Taunt. You're noticing a theme with sort of this latest. I don't like getting set up on. It's happened too many times. It gets Shadow Sneak for good priority. Unfortunately, it's not stab, but if you could Swords Dance and then you just kind of go right through him, and stab doesn't matter. So I like him. May not be. Again, I'm a little weak to Fairy, which kind of sucks. Which I don't think I address it later, but it's not necessarily the best address. So that'll have to be something I work on. Maybe make some moves at the deadline. Then, we're going to a personal favorite of mine. Lapras. Now, Lapras is not a great Pokemon by any stretch of the imagination. It's got great HP, great defenses. Or, it's got great HP, okay special defense, okay defenses. It's got great HP. The main reason I'm using it is for Water Absorb and Freeze Dry. I think that's a kind of really powerful combination, because there's a lot of powerful water types in this format. I mean, Gyarados, Milotic, Pelipper to stop rain. This thing, and it's got the HP to stand up to a Pelipper Hurricane in the rain, and then you can't switch in a mon against it because it'll Hydro Pump you, because it benefits from rain. Quagsire with Water Absorb, Gastrodon with Storm Drain. This thing just eats them. Can switch into flying types. Unfortunately, a lot of the flying types nowadays, like Braviary, Corviknight. What are some of the other ones? A lot of flying types now get access to close combat because it's now a TR. So that may make the ice typing a little bit of a hindrance. But we'll see. This thing's job is kind of targeted water removal. You see a Pokemon. You see a guy with what seems to be a good rain core. Just kind of go in there, eat it. It's also quad ice resist, so it kind of beats Galarian Darmanitan, very strong. It's got, obviously, Ice Stab, so dragons may not want to switch into it. I feel like this Pokemon could be pretty useful. Unfortunately, pretty bad base attack. Pretty bad speed. So, you'll have to be useful with it. Its job is mainly specialized as a targeted water removal. And I feel like it's a very unconventional water removal. So, like, water ground, you have to switch into grass type. Waters get Ice Beam. Ice Beam does quad resist to this. Not a very... you know what I'm trying to say. It gets Thunderbolt, so if I try to switch into Corviknight, I can Hydro Pump or Thunderbolt or whatever. So now we're getting to the end, and I'm kind of just last two. So I noticed Fairy. That kind of sucks. It's going to be hard. Weren't a lot of good steals left. I had Steelix. I really wanted Steelix, but I think it was picked like the round before, which sucks because I really like Steelix. I wanted another rocker, and I found a really fun set with it, like Rocks, Gyro Ball, Earthquake, Sturdy. So if we went up against an Excadrill lead, it did really well against him. I think it could 1v1 it could 1v1 a lot of stuff, obviously because of Sturdy. Sturdy Earthquake is really powerful. So that sucked. Really wish I could have had it, but I really wanted my water removal. I was already pretty weak to water, as you could see, with Noivern, Arcanine, Tyranitar. I really needed that water resist and a good bulky water type. So unfortunately we couldn't get him, but we got someone else because, I don't know, he's a cool guy. Skuntank. The skunk. Interesting abilities. I don't really know how much they could be useful. Aftermath could be fun if because there's a lot of physical attackers. I know the first team I'm playing is very, very physical, so just kind of bringing an Aftermath Skuntank. So you could give it Sucker Punch, so it goes first. It may not kill it, but you kill it, you trade with it. That may be a solid. And it gets Explosion. So this thing's job may be just go 1-for-1. It actually gets Play Rough, which I didn't know. Good speed for kind of a chunky skunky. 84 base speed. Okay. Stats. Really solid defensive typing. I think it's only weak to ground. So nothing's necessarily going to hit it super hard. So if you kind of build it with bulk, you may be in some good tank. But I mainly picked it because I needed a Fairy Resist, and I hated all the rest of the Steel types. So as you can see, the pickings are kind of slim here, so I didn't really have much to go on, and I thought I could just go for something fun. I saw this. I liked its stats, and I realized if you slap... So here's Mr. Mime. So if you look at its base speed, that special defense at 90, 65... it evolves, so you can give it a Violite. So, what's this move? Oh, 1.5. So it's effectively... what's that? What's 1.5 of 166? That's 88? No, 78. It's a lot. Its defense becomes okay, and its special defense becomes excellent. So that's kind of why I wanted to go for it. I think Screen Cleaner can have a lot of potential, because a lot of teams I've noticed tend to be like special attackers, physical attackers, or especially defensive, physically defensive. So if they set up something to cover their weakness, you could Screen Clean, go for it. It's got a great move pool with T-Bolt, Thunder Wave, Trick Room. But my team's kind of speedy, so I don't know if I'd really want to do that. And that's the thing with the mix-up. Yes, I have some speedy guys like Arcanine, Iselgor, Noivern, Obstagoon, Skuntank, but okay, so someone prepares for they're gonna bring these fast guys I have to keep up. Well, let's just Trick Room, and let's turn you on your heel. Why does this thing get Drain Punch? Can someone tell me that? Can you guys respond to the comments? Why this thing gets Drain Punch? Because I don't know. But oh well. So that's my team. First draft league. Little nervous. I like it. I started off really strong with Titor, Hatterene, Arcanine. Then I went okay. I went for more comfort picks like Noivern, Obstagoon, and Lapras, which that may come back to bite me, but you never know. Selgo was the one I wasn't totally sure on. That one, we'll see. I could have gone with another option, like Caparaja was taking the pick right at... Was it taking the pick after? No, it was taking the pick right before me. I could have done Colossal, but then that would have given me a little weak to ground and water. There weren't a lot of... Seismitoad, but that would have kind of been a reach, I feel. I really like Seismitoad. I could have gone with Seismitoad, make it hidden ability. But these are my guys. I got who I have, so can't really say too much more about them. So let me know what you think in the comments. This is my first draft league. I'm really excited. My schedule sucks. Power rankings came out, and I think I played 1, 2, and 5 over the course of a 7-game series. It's like being in the SEC West, bro. Like, damn, I gotta play LSU, Bama, and Auburn every year. So we'll have fun. We'll get our ass kicked. We'll learn. And if we don't, hey, underdog story, baby. Let's go. Coach the Classic City Crush. So if you've made it to this long, I figured you've either Googled the name Classic City or are sitting here thinking, what the hell is Classic City? Classic City is Athens, Georgia, where I went to college. The best city in America, probably the world. The one true Athens. We don't count the one in Greece. That one's not as good. So there's my little Athens propaganda, which you'll see pop up a lot of times in this video and through my series. I do plan on making VGC content. I'm in the process of getting a team together. I have one I like, but I need to make changes because they kind of suck. But so, thanks for watching. I'll have a video. I don't know if I'll do a team builder before. I'll definitely do a question and answer after. I'll make up some questions, do like a podium video, have some fun with that, and then I'll post a video of the battle where I go against Rylai's, which is happening tomorrow, so I have to get prepping on that. Alrighty. I don't know how to end a video, so it's ended.